Good morning, it's week 19 of our house renovation. There hasn't been a vlog in a couple of weeks because I've been busy enjoying myself on holiday, but I'm going to do one this week. Obviously I'm back to reality, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently this week, and I thought that I'll just give you a house tour. So week 19, it's a huge week. The decorators are starting. We're not potentially quite ready for them, but they're starting anyway. So I thought it was maybe a good point to do a little walk around and show you where we're up to. Inside now, so the porch is awaiting plaster. It is green because it's brickwork underneath here, and the bricks were painted in a glossy paint, and the adhesive won't stick very well to that, so we've bonded it in this green stuff and basically we're just waiting for the plasterer to come back, I think tomorrow, to plaster in there. The plan for the flooring in that porch is to put some core matting down, so we've got a nice space for muddy shoes. And then when we walk through now, we are pretty much plastered, and you can see the ceiling started to be painted white. So this is our new hallway. We've got the recess here, which is for my console table that I don't stop talking about, somewhere for keys and a lamp and some flowers. And then we come in to our right into what we're calling snug. So this room is actually really bright, and it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, because when we originally had the house, I don't know if you remember, but this corridor wasn't here, and you walked straight into this room, and the entrance through to the rest of the house was around here. So I thought when we blocked it off it was going to feel really small in here, but it's actually not too bad at all. So you can see as well, we've started to paint the skirting boards. So they're just like undercoated at the moment. I am messing around with paint colours on the walls. All thoughts welcome. I want to do quite a dark colour in here, because we still need to plaster that bit there, because I want to make it quite cosy, and the rest of the house is going to be quite light. So I wanted to just do something a bit different in here, so I'm just playing around with these colours. This is Farnborough railings, which I absolutely love. It looks black, and I suppose it is nearly black. It's like a blacky blue, but it's been vetoed and I'm not allowed it apparently. So the wood burn is in there. We added in that little shelf, which we've put a plug socket in here. The thinking was that we might squeeze a lamp on it, but I don't think it's going to be deep enough, so it might just be a spot for flowers and candles and all the stuff we love. So if we go back out into the corridor, straight ahead of us then is going to be a door, and this is going into our coat cupboard. This was basically dead space, and it was going to be nothing, so it's really small, probably the smallest cupboard in the world, but we thought we might as well use it for something, so we're just going to pop some coats and shoes in there, and it's better than it being used for nothing, I think. Then we turn the corner, and we're going to have downstairs toilet in here. This needs some TLC still, as you will see. The plan for this room is to actually plank it. So we're going to put wooden planks along the walls, which means that we basically just need to board it with plasterboard, and then the wooden planking will go on top of the plasterboard, so we don't actually need to skim it in here. The toilet's going to sit here, and the vanity's going to sit here. So that's the plan for that room. And then if we swizzle directly behind us, we've got the entrance into the open plan space. So In here, when we walk in immediately, is going to be the kitchen. So we've got some drawers, a range cooker and some other drawers sitting in this goalpost that we've called it, that we've created here. I'll come this way actually because I think you'll be able to see a bit better. And then along this wall we've got some base units and some wall units going along there, and then sort of round about the middle here where you can see these pipes coming in is going to be the island. So that's exciting. Kitchen's ordered. We've gone totally left field. We were looking for a light grey kitchen and we've gone for a very, very dark bluey grey. So that's ordered, it's on its way. It's actually getting delivered on the 14th of June, which is my birthday. So if I ever wanted a birthday present, that is it. And then hopefully we'll get it in fairly quickly, because that is going to be one of the last jobs that we need to do, fit the kitchen. And once that's done, we might actually be able to move in, which I just can't even believe at the moment, but it's not too far away. And then this area over here, I don't think I've explained to you yet because we've been back and forth on what to do with it, but we now have a plan. So this, it's going to be 3 larder doors basically. From the outside it's going to look like 3 larder doors. The first larder door is going to be an integrated full height fridge. The second 2 larder doors are going to look like cupboards, but they're actually going to open up into the room, the little space you can see behind the doors. So you're going to open them up and essentially walk in to this small space here. In this small space is going to be a bar of sorts. So it's going to have basically a drinks fridge, a couple of units, and probably some shelving, and on the shelving will sit all my beautiful gin bottles. So that is the plan for that area. So a bit of a secret bar is what we're trying to create. We'll see how it turns out. And then the rest of the open plan is really just dining table in this area here, and then sofa down, an L-shaped sofa down in this space here. I'll show you the chimney because that is getting there. So we've had this fake chimney breast built. You can see we've left a space for the TV to be recessed. We've then got a gas fire, which everyone keeps telling us is absolutely massive and way too big for the room, but I love it. So that's in there. And then we've had these units built underneath. They're not quite finished. They need some mesh, some wooden mesh going in so that we can house all of our TV and Sky, internet, etc. in there. And we'll still be able to change the channels on the TV because the mesh will let the signal through. So that's the plan for that. I'm again messing around with paint colours in here. You'll see splodges of paint everywhere. And then through this door here is going to be the utility room. So the plan for this is floor base units, some wall units. On this side it's going to be 2 800 larder units. One's going to house the boiler and all the pipes for the underfloor heating, which you can see there. And the second one is going to house the washing machine and the dryer. So that's going to take us up to sort of here, and then between here and here I'm putting in a doggy shower for little Noah. So I'm really excited to see how that turns out. And then we've got our full length door in here, glass door, which is made out of the same material as the bifolds. I love that door. I'm really glad that we did that. I'll take you upstairs now. So up here again, the guys have been decorating a little bit, so we've got some white on the ceilings, the woodwork started to go white. So this is this fake little corridor situation that we built. I don't know if you remember previously, but basically when you walked upstairs it was just a corridor straight down here, and we had a door off immediately into the spare room, and then a door at the bottom which was for the bathroom. So we've built all this stud-work here to create this landing space. So off the landing, the first door is up to the attic, but I'll take you up there in a second. The second door is into the master bathroom, and the third door is into the master bedroom. So master bathroom, my lovely very dark grey tiles. I can't wait to get some lights on in here, and hopefully they won't feel so dark. Excuse me. So the plan for the bathroom is bath here, toilet roughly where you see it now, sink vanity here, and then you can see we've got the wet room shower over in this corner. You can see the shower heads coming down from the ceiling. So these are getting second fixed next week. So by next week we'll have bathrooms, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, we built a couple of shelves in. So we've built one for the shower. We've also built one over the bath. This one over the bath is going to be backlit. You can see the wire with an LED strip. But other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory in here. It's teeny tiny, but hopefully it works. And then through here then, we'll go into the master bedroom. So we've got the ensuite off to the left, and then we walk straight down into the bedroom. So in this corner here, we're putting a built-in wardrobe, and the bed's gonna go at that end. And then at this end over here, we've got TV on the wall, radiators going on this wall here, and then into the ensuite you'll see we've got this bit of wood coming out. It looks a bit strange. We're having a sliding door into, well, sliding bit of glass actually, into the ensuite, so that's why that's that there. In terms of skirting boards, I haven't gone for anything fancy. I just wanted quite a deep skirting board, but with a square edge. So we've actually just used wood. It's not skirting board. It's just bits of square wood. And actually, this is not a good example in here. I'll show you in another room. But for the windowsills, I wanted them to have a square edge. So I'll just take you into the spare room. You can see they've not done it yet in the master bedroom, but they've basically sliced off that round edge that you normally get on the windowsills to create a square edge on there. So we've done that on windowsills. So while I'm in here, I'll just quickly show you. This is the spare room that Dougie and I slept in while we lived in the house before we did the work. This is the colour I'm thinking of going on the walls in here. It's Farrow and Ball worsted. So that's the plan. There's a TV point for mounting the TV on the wall. The plan eventually, if we ever get round to it and ever have any money left, is to put some built-in wardrobes on the either side of the alcove in here. But that's definitely a phase 2 or 3 or 4. Not going to happen initially. So I'll just take you back into the master because we skipped the ensuite. So this is the ensuite in the master. Again, you've got shower head coming from the ceiling. It's a wet room in here as well. So you can see that there. And we've built a shelf in the shower again in here. And then on the other side is going to be the toilet at this end. We've got a bit of a recess here. We've not tiled up to the top. The plan is to put a cupboard in here, across there, mirror on the wall here, and then you'll see we've got these 4 brackets. They are to hang concrete shelves on that we've had made. So those shelves are going to, one will sit here and then one will sit here, and the top one is going to have the sink on top of it. So that is the plan for the sink in there. I can actually show you the concrete shelves because we've got them. So these have been made by a lovely guy who I found on Instagram actually. He's made them bespokely to fit what we needed size wise, and I absolutely love them. I can't wait to see them in place. He makes everything out of concrete and he's just so clever. So yeah, I'm so excited to see those go in. And then we'll take you up to the last room of the house, which is the attic. So obviously you'll remember, well, you might not, but if you do remember if you've been watching the vlogs for a little while, we had a paddle staircase up to the attic originally, and the attic didn't have building regulation, so it wasn't able to be classed as a bedroom. So we have put in a proper staircase, which takes us up to the attic. It's so bright up here. We've put in this little peephole window, which I think is really cute. And up here, we've basically also started to whitewash the walls. The ceilings, but it makes more of a difference in here because the ceilings are so low. We wanted a dormer window in here and we didn't get it past planning, which is a real shame. It would have made a huge difference if we'd had full head height going out all the way. Well, we would have even been able to take it further out, to be honest. But we didn't get it, so we deal with what we've been dealt. But I really think it was worth doing the attic. It's nice to have that additional space. The plan for this section is a glass balustrade, which we need to have made. We were originally going to put the door into this room at the top of the stairs. We've put it at the bottom. I'm really glad we did that, because we would have had to basically have studded off this wall straight up to the ceiling and these walls here straight up to the ceiling, and I think it would have made this space just feel, I mean, it's already not the biggest space, but it would have made it feel really pokey and quite a lot darker than it is. So I think we've made the right decision with that one, which I'm really happy about, because we weren't sure. So yeah, there won't be any door at the top. These will obviously get cut off and flattened out, and then we'll just have this glass railing around the top. We are also going to put a bit of glass on the balustrade here on the first floor. So it's all going to be glass is the plan. We need to get these things made actually fairly sharpish, because the house will not be able to get past off building regulations if we do not do that. So that needs to get done. The plan really now going forward is the electricians are coming back to second fix all the electrics, get all the sockets on, get the lights on. I'm hoping we might have some lights by the end of the week. And then the plumber's coming back next week to do the bathrooms, and then he'll also start on the underfloor heating. And then, oh, and the joiner's also coming back to finish off the skirts down here and also hang all the doors. And then it's the decorators back for a couple of weeks to decorate everything, and the tiler, because we're going to tile. The plan is to, well, I actually just ordered them today, so we are tiling all of the downstairs. Apart from the snug is going to be carpet, and then all of the upstairs will be carpet. So in here will be carpet, but all of this will be tiled. So the tiler's back to start doing that, and then the kitchen gets fitted, and then really it's just going to be a whole heap of snagging that we need to do to get ourselves in. But we've definitely broken the back of it now, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So we're in the garden now, and this baby is what the guys have been busy doing while I've been away. They've built us a carport. I really love it. I thought that it might be a bit much, and well, to be fair, it is probably a bit much, but but I think it looks ace. I really love it, and it's actually quite large. So that's gone on, and then the roof, oh jeez, bottles. The roof over the garage has also gone on, and we are hoping to be in by the end of June, I think. I wanted to be in by my birthday, which is the 14th, but obviously the kitchen doesn't now come till then. So I think we'll hopefully be in by the end of the month, end of June. So just over a month to go. So we'll see, basically, we will see. So I'll leave it there. Thank you for joining me on the little tour. Hopefully it was nice to just have a walk around in its entirety, because I think sometimes it gets a little bit confusing when I'm just going from room to room day to day. So thank you as always for everybody's support and love, and I'll see you next week.